Hey everybody, this is Margaret, your connection to the Love Your Life app and concierge program at Intuit. So for something fun, we wanted to do kind of like a gift wrapping video. And gift wrapping is not one of my strengths. I normally keep it super basic. I wrap it, I throw a tag on it, and I call it done. But just for fun, I thought I would try something a little bit more involved or in depth this time. And it also kind of made me think about how around the holidays, we often put a lot of pressure on ourselves to make the perfect gift or to have our house, look perfect with the different kinds of displays or, like it came out of a catalog or something along those lines. And I feel as if that's just some really unfair pressure to put on ourselves, especially this year. So I wanted to do a video that will maybe be funny, depending on how epically I fail. I'm just doing a little bit extra with the gift wrap. I'm also looking at the time because I'm curious to see how long this will actually take. I may not even have enough ribbon. Versus, how long it takes just to wrap just a basic gift. I mean, this one I did like a basic wrap, super simple, nothing fancy. It's for my daughter. She's hiding upstairs. But it only took maybe 5-10 minutes or so. Doing the rest of the add-on stuff is probably going to take considerably longer. And I don't know about you guys, but I end up getting my kids way too much every year, even though I always say this year we're not going to go overboard. But we kind of always do. So I'm going to see if I can figure out a way to do one of those really neat, super special, fun and cute gift wrapping techniques, with the ribbon and the little add-ons. And I think I've already made a mistake. Just to have a little fun this year and see if it's really all that hard, and maybe I've just been not doing it out of laziness or because it's really unnecessary. So with that being said, I figured I'd go with kind of a fun paper. It's like a festive plaid, and then a gold ribbon. Now I'm really not going to do anything with the ribbon other than tie it, and that's for a couple of reasons. One, I can't tie a bow. I mean, I can tie a bow, but I can't tie a bow, a nice bow with all the cute layers and loops and everything like that. That is beyond me. It is just not something that I am capable of doing at this point in my life. So if you are able to make one of those really cute and fun and full looking bows, then I think that is great. I'm very, very happy for you. I'm also a little jealous, but that's all right. So what I'm going to do is I just tied it off in a knot so it would stay. And then I'm just going to cut the ends. I'm not sure how long I actually want to keep that part. So I'm going to keep the ends kind of long, and then I'll adjust them later as needed, depending on what I want to do in the end. If at any point you see my cat making an appearance, it's because she loves to play with Christmas stuff, wrapping paper, and the bows, and I've already had to drive her off the table a couple of times. So, okay, so this is what I did so far. And I just made it a super simple ribbon wrap. I figured I would kind of offset it to the side and the upper corner just to give it a little dimension, and I think it looks kind of cute that way where it's not completely symmetrical. So from there, I went to the store and I bought a lot of stuff. Now, I went to the dollar store because I know that this is the first time I've done anything like this, and I didn't want to spend a lot of money on things to decorate a present with and have it be an epic failure. So if this is something you're new to doing or you have a lot to do, I would recommend going somewhere like a discount department store or the dollar store, because honestly, if I make this really, really badly, I'm out maybe 10 bucks tops. And I can live with that. And it's just a learning experience, and you probably get to see something funny. So one of the things that I did, I bought way too much. Entirely way too much stuff. So there's no way I can possibly use it all. And I got a lot because I wasn't sure what I was really going to do. So beforehand, I kind of took things apart a little bit to see what looked good, what didn't, and I'm still not 100% sold. I did find some artificial flowers, some white and red poinsettias, and these little gold leafy things, and I put them in kind of like a little bouquet like this, and I pre-tied it so it doesn't slide around too much, and I just used a twisty tie because that's what I had handy, because I took it off of a different decoration, but I just didn't want it to slide all over the place. They're still sliding all over the place, but at least this is a little bit better. So one of the things I was going to do is I was just going to tuck it in and kind of see how it looked, and it doesn't look bad, so I think I'm probably going to keep it, but it's not super secure, and I have things bent a little bit, so yeah, this is funny. Everything is kind of coming apart on me. So the twisty tie really isn't working. See, this is just a work in progress. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the pieces and I'm going to put them in and see kind of how they look. And I bought several different kind of bouquet picks, and then you just need a pair of super basic wire cutters, because these will not cut with scissors. You can bend them over and over again, and eventually the wire inside will snap. But it's much faster and safer to use one of these, because if you just snap it, it ends up being really sharp. So we're just going to put these little picks in here and see kind of how they look all together. Chances are I'm going to still trim the ends because these are a little long. But I kind of want to get an idea for what it looks like all together actually on the present. I may even go wild and get the hot glue gun out, just to make everything stay. I don't know if that'll be necessary or not, but so there's that. I think that looks kind of cute. But I'm not 100% sure if that's what I want to do or not. So I'm going to keep these handy and just kind of set off to the side and show you a couple other different options that I was thinking of about a couple different kinds of bows that I could put on. So I could do just something like that. This would just kind of cover up the knot. And then I also have these little ribbon bells that I could tuck up underneath. And then I also have these little itty bitty mini stockings that I thought were really super fun. And this is a big enough gift where I might be able to get away with hanging one of them, maybe over here, I'm not sure. just as kind of like a little extra something, and I'll probably stick like a couple packs of gum or something like that in there, because my daughter is 13 and she steals all my gum. Otherwise, I could go for super simple. And this is what I would normally do. This is probably a bigger bow than I would normally get, just because I buy big bags of them usually and just smack them on. But this is a nice big fancy looking bow, and I think it's kind of cute. But I don't really want to use it unless absolutely every other option has failed. Just because I really wanted to do something nice this time. So let's see what's going to work. I have this one gold bow, but I think because of the gold ribbon, that's a little too much gold. So I'm going to set that aside and think about that as something else. Also, I bought these really fun gift tags. And again, I just got these at the dollar store. It was $1 and I got 25 decorative gift tags, which I think is really fun. There's a lot of different options in here, and you can just kind of go with what fits the best. You know, for example, I could do if I wanted to go with the plaid on plaid on plaid, I could just do this. But I think instead I'll probably do something kind of similar and just maybe do this one. And that one just says joy. Okay. So where to begin? That's always the big question. Where do you start first? What do you do first? So I think I'm going to go with the red bow. I like the red bow. I think it's simple, it's cute, and I'll put it off kind of to the side like that. See, I'm going to end up trimming these pieces so they're much, much shorter. Now for this, there's a couple different ways that I could do this. I think what'll end up being easier is probably just gluing it. So I think I'm going to go ahead and get the glue gun just so I have it, and I'll get that warmed up. Okay, so I have my glue gun out. It's all warmed up and ready to go. So I have to stand because the cord is a little short. So I'm not going to apply the glue directly to the paper. It's a thin decorative paper, and I would be worried that it would not hold up too well to the paper. So I just put the glue in the bow, let it cool a little bit, not a lot, but just enough so that way it's not burning through the paper when I finally apply it. Okay, and then that's nice and secure. That's probably the only thing I'm going to need the gun for, but I'm going to set it aside just in case, and I'll keep it warm. Okay, so I like this. I think it's in a good spot. Again, I'm going to trim these sides here, and I'm going to do that now, I think, just so they stay out of the way. I'm going to cut them in at an angle so that way it looks as if they're done like that on purpose, and they're really not. Now, I don't know about your kids, if you have any, but I can pretty much guarantee that my daughter is going to get this gift, and she's going to look at all of the frou-frou on top of it and go, why? Just why? Why did you do all of this? And honestly, the answer is that I don't do it for her. I'm doing it, one, because I want to be able to see if I can do it, and also to show you guys that it's maybe not necessary to do all those extra insane steps to make your house look perfect, or like it's out of a catalog, or that every gift was professionally done. I mean, life is really hard this year, and I think we've all had a lot of stress and challenges, and nothing really happened the way it was supposed to happen this year. So I don't think that it's fair to ourselves to put a lot of different pressure on ourselves to try and just add all that stress. If 2020 has taught me anything, it is that sometimes you just have to go with the flow and not worry so much about the little things. That's not to say don't try. I started a Christmas village actually for the first time this year because I needed something a little extra to kind of boost myself. I don't have a backdrop or anything set up yet. That is coming, but it was a lot of fun to set up. It was something new and exciting and something I'd always wanted, and I figured, why not? Why not just go for it and see what happens? So that's what I did. Okay, so I have the bow on. I'm not super duper happy with the gold bow underneath, so I'm gonna try and find a way to cover it up with some extra stuff, just because I feel like it's sticking out like a sore thumb. So I'm just gonna cut a little ribbon, and I'm gonna use that to tie these bells on. I don't know about you guys, but I'm only halfway through my Christmas shopping. And when I say halfway, that's probably kind of generous because I don't really know if it's halfway. Maybe a third. But historically, I often wait until the last moment before I'm done with all my shopping for the holidays. So the fact that I am even a third of the way done, I think it's a good sign. Okay. So I just threaded some ribbon through the gift tag, and then I have the bells like that. And then I'm going to attach this to this bow I have over here. I think what I would do next time, if I did this again, the ribbon that I put on the gift itself, I think next time I would actually not use such a thick ribbon. I think that was part of the problem. So when I made the knot, it doesn't lay flat. Or I would use more of a cloth ribbon than this one that has the reinforced edges like this one does, because it makes it very rigid. Okay, so then I'm just going to tie this off, and then what I'll do is I'll trim the edges off of this as well, and then I'll see if I can turn it around so you can't see the knot that I made with it, and then that'll just go underneath. Maybe. I don't know if that'll work. I think. There we go. Okay. I'm making a really fun mess though, you guys. That's always a good time. Now, I like the idea of having the little stocking. I have little stockings like this that sometimes we would do for the cat. When she was a kitten, we would put little catnip treats and stockings this size, or like the little balls that she would chase around. But now the animals have full-size stockings, which, aha, I knew there was a ribbon in here. Okay, so again, I can use this ribbon and I can hang it from here. So now I'll get out some other ribbon. And it doesn't have to be long because you're just going to cut off the ends anyways and no one will see it. Just enough to loop it through. And again, I'm really only doing this to kind of hide some of the lumps that I created with that other ribbon. So I just want to say, so far, I have been doing this for about almost a half an hour. And that is a very long time to spend on one gift. And this is kind of what I was talking about, where, you know, we put a lot of pressure on ourselves to make things look perfect, and they don't have to be, you guys. I think this year especially, nobody is expecting perfection. If you don't have the perfect tablescape or the perfect mantle decorations, it doesn't matter, because, you know, ultimately no one's going to remember what kind of decorations you had of Christmas or holidays or whatever it is you may celebrate for 2020. No one's going to think about that down the road. They're going to think about if everyone was safe or happy or healthy. And that is what truly matters above and beyond anything else. So if you just couldn't quite bring yourself to go the extra mile when it came to decorations this year, that's fine. But I feel kind of accomplished that I'm almost done with this. I can't see myself doing it for every gift because it is a lot. It is a lot. And I think, real quick before I do anything else, I'm going to sign the tag because I want to make sure that I'm able to sign it before I have it too twisted up and everything. Okay. So I should have signed this first. Lesson learned. But that's okay. It all worked out. It'll be good. And then trying to see if maybe we need to add any more flair to this gift. If too much is too much. I think too much is too much. So I'm actually going to call it good. It's not perfect. Not 100% what I envisioned, but I think it's cute. It's fun. And voila. This is it. So this is my first time doing any kind of special gift wrapping. I think it turned out okay. But again, this has been almost a half an hour, and I have 3 children and a big family, so I can't imagine doing this for every single gift. But maybe for just some of the extra special ones. Like one person gets one super special fancy gift and everybody else just gets the regular ones that you do at midnight on Christmas Eve in your bedroom praying that your children don't knock down the door. So other than that, I hope you enjoyed this little video and that it was kind of funny. I had a lot of fun sharing it with you. Yeah, so there we go. How to make a present slightly more fancy. Thanks, you guys.